Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Horizon English Stories. Today, I want to tell you about a man who challenged the whole world. He had no army, no political power, and no great fortune. But with only 2 small pieces of glass, he helped destroy one of the biggest lies in history. His name was Galileo Galilei. How did he do it? Why did the truth make so many powerful people afraid? And what price did he pay for it? Stay with me. If you enjoy stories like this, please subscribe to hear more. The year is 1609. Winter in Italy. The wind howls outside a small, dark room in Padua. Inside, the fire is dying. The room is freezing. In the shadows sits a man. His name is Galileo Galilei. He is not rich. He is not a powerful lord. He is just a tired math teacher, struggling to pay his daily bills. But tonight, he is not sleeping. In his rough, shaking hands, he holds a long tube. It is made of cheap, rough wood and cold brass metal. At each end, there is a piece of curved glass. People think it is a magic trick, a funny little toy for rich men to look at ships. Galileo lifts the heavy wooden tube. The cold metal rings freeze his skin. His fingers are numb. He walks to the open window. The freezing winter air bites his face. He points the tube up, toward the perfect pearl in the night sky. The moon. He closes one eye. He looks through the dark glass. Galileo steps back. The tube almost falls from his hands. His heart pounds against his ribs. He breathes in the cold air. He wipes his sweaty palms on his wool pants. It must be a mistake, he thinks. The glass must be dirty. He wipes the glass with his dirty sleeve. He leans out the window. He looks again. It is no mistake. The moon is not a perfect pearl. It is ugly. It is broken. He sees deep, black holes. He sees sharp, jagged mountains cutting into the dark space. It looks like Earth. A dead, rocky Earth floating in the empty dark. For 1,000 years, humanity looked at a beautiful painting. Now, Galileo is looking at the real, naked universe, and it is terrifying. The perfect glass dome is cracking. A cold sweat breaks out on his forehead. The freezing wind does not bother him anymore. He is awake. Truly awake. He turns the heavy tube. He searches the black sea of the night sky. He finds a bright star. Jupiter. He holds his breath. The dark room is completely silent. Only the sound of his fast breathing fills the air. Around the giant star, there are dots. Tiny, bright dots. He watches them for hours. His eyes burn. His back hurts. But he cannot stop looking. The little dots are moving. They are circling Jupiter. They are moons. But wait. If moons can circle Jupiter, then Earth is not the center. Earth is not special. Galileo lowers the tube. The wooden floor creaks under his heavy feet. The dark room feels so small now. The universe is suddenly infinitely big, cold, and wild. The 1,000-year-old lie is shattered, broken into 1,000,000 pieces. And Galileo knows his life will never be the same. The powerful church will not forgive this. The world is not ready for the terrifying truth, but he cannot unsee it. The sun rises. The fear from that freezing winter night turns into something else. Joy. A burning, beautiful joy, Galileo writes. He writes fast. He creates a small book called The Starry Messenger. He prints it, and the world explodes. It is a massive bestseller. Suddenly, the poor math teacher is famous. Kings want his telescope. Students read his words in secret corners. People look up at the night sky and wonder. The perfect glass dome is finally breaking. But there is a golden rule in the year 1610. You do not break the glass, and you never, ever question the powerful men who guard it. In Rome, a sleeping beast opens its eyes. The Holy Church. For centuries, the Church completely controls the truth. If they say the sky is blue, it is blue. If they say the earth is the center, it is the exact center. If you disagree, you burn. You burn. The powerful priests read Galileo's little book. They do not feel wonder. They do not feel joy. They feel deep, cold panic. If the Holy Bible is wrong about the moon, what else is wrong? If the earth is just a common rock drifting through space, why do people need the church? Their absolute authority is shaking. They must crush this idea. They must crush Galileo. The year is 1616. A heavy letter arrives. The church commands Galileo to visit Rome. He travels south. He walks into a giant, silent stone building, the heavy wooden doors close behind him. Galileo is led down a long, dark hallway. The air is thick. It smells like old paper, melting wax, and cold stone. He enters a small, dark room. There are no windows. The stone walls feel incredibly close. They are pressing against him. The universe he saw in his telescope was infinite and free. But this dark room is a cage. It is suffocating. It is hard to breathe. At a massive wooden table sit the inquisitors, the cardinals. They wear long, blood-red robes. They do not smile. They look at Galileo not as a brilliant scientist, but as a dirty insect, a dangerous little bug. Galileo's rough hands begin to tremble. He remembers the fire. He remembers Giordano Bruno, another thinker. Bruno was burned alive just 16 years ago for saying the universe was infinite. Galileo can almost smell the dark, thick smoke. He can almost hear the screams. The chief cardinal leans forward. The yellow candlelight casts long, sharp shadows on his angry face. He speaks softly. He does not shout. He does not need to shout. True power is quiet. "Your little book is poison," the cardinal whispers. "You will abandon this crazy idea. You will never teach it. You will never write it. If you do..." The cardinal points a bony, pale finger at the burning candle on the table. "The holy fire will purify your soul." Galileo stares at the flame, the bright, dancing fire. The joy of the scientist instantly vanishes. The creeping, cold terror takes over his body. He is not a brave soldier. He is not a martyr. He is just a human. He is an old man who loves his life. His knees shake violently. His mouth is completely dry. He looks at the blood-red robes. He looks at the suffocating dark walls. He lowers his head. He whispers, "I will obey." Galileo walks out of the dark room. He goes back home. He hides his beautiful telescope. He locks his door. For 16 long years, the greatest mind in Italy remains completely silent. The beast wins. But can a man truly forget what he has seen? 16 long years pass. Galileo is an old man now. His hair is thin and white. His eyesight is failing from looking at the sun too much. His bones ache in the winter dampness, but a fire still burns inside his chest. The truth is a heavy weight. He cannot carry it to his grave. He writes a new book, a brilliant, dangerous book. He uses a clever story to mock the old ideas. He creates a foolish character to defend the perfect glass dome. And everyone knows the fool is supposed to be the Pope. The Pope reads it. He is enraged. The Church's absolute authority is being challenged. The year is 1633. The beast is wide awake. The Inquisition summons Galileo. Galileo begs to stay. He is terribly sick, but the Church sends doctors to force him on the journey. He travels to Rome in a rough wooden cart. Every bump in the dirt road hurts his old, tired body. He enters the grand hall of the Inquisition. The room is massive, terrifyingly massive. The ceiling disappears into black shadows. Giant stone columns stand like dead trees in a dark forest. Huge silver crosses reflect the dim, yellow candlelight. The silence is incredibly heavy. It crushes him. Galileo looks around the echoing room. He feels so small. He is just a tired, sick grandfather, standing against a mountain of holy power. The inquisitors do not yell. They do not argue. They simply guide him down a narrow, cold stone staircase. Down into the deep basement. The temperature suddenly drops. The room smells like wet stone, rust, and old fear. In the flickering torchlight, a silent guard points to the dark corner. Galileo's blood runs cold. Ropes, heavy wooden wheels, cold iron chains hanging from the ceiling. These are the tools of pain, the instruments of torture. The guards do not speak. They let the iron tools do the talking. Confess, old man, or we will stretch your fragile bones until they snap. Galileo stares at the rusty iron. He touches his weak, shaking chest. He is almost 70 years old. He has no strength left for this. He imagines the blinding, screaming pain. He imagines his joints tearing apart in the dark. He closes his eyes. A single, hot tear rolls down his wrinkled cheek. He is just a man. He is completely terrified. The great scientist breaks. His spirit shatters. He is led back upstairs. The cardinals hand him a piece of rough, heavy paper. It is a confession. It is a horrible, ugly lie. Galileo slowly drops to the freezing marble floor. His weak knees hit the hard stone. The cold bites straight through his clothes. He holds the paper. His hands shake so violently that the heavy paper rattles in the quiet hall. He reads aloud. His voice is cracked, dry, and hollow. I, Galileo Galilei, I curse my past errors. I confess that the earth does not move. It is the center of the universe. I was wrong. The echo of his words bounces off the high stone walls. The red cardinals nod in the shadows. The beast is satisfied. The beautiful glass dome is safe again. Humanity goes back to sleep in the dark. The trial is finished. Galileo is a defeated prisoner. He will be locked in his house until the day he dies. He puts his shaking hands flat on the freezing marble. He slowly pushes his heavy body up. His old joints pop. His muscles scream in pain. But as he stands, something shifts. He looks down at his worn leather shoes. He remembers the cold night in Padua. He remembers the ugly, beautiful moon. He remembers the tiny moons spinning around Jupiter in the vast, wild dark. The church can break his body. They can force his mouth to lie. But they cannot change the universe. Galileo slowly lifts his head. The terror in his eyes is gone. A tiny, defiant spark returns. He closes his eyes. He takes a slow, deep breath of the cold air. And yet, it moves. Galileo returns to his quiet house in Florence. But it is no longer a home. It is a prison. The heavy wooden doors are locked from the outside. He is forbidden to speak to the public. He is never allowed to walk freely in the warm sun again. The years drag on. The seasons change outside his closed window. The old man sits alone in his dusty, quiet room. Slowly, a heavy shadow falls over his vision. The light fades. The brilliant eyes that boldly stared at the sun, the eyes that first counted the hidden stars, go completely blind. He is trapped in an endless night. In 1642, the tired, broken math teacher takes his final breath. He dies in absolute darkness, a defeated prisoner. But the story does not end in that dark room. The powerful men in blood-red robes thought they won. They silenced the dangerous whisper. They locked a frail human body in a cage. But they could not lock up the truth. You can burn a paper book. You can terrify a sick, old man with rusty iron tools. But you cannot nail the massive, spinning earth to the empty sky. The heavy glass dome was shattered. It could never be repaired. Galileo Galilei died a blind prisoner, yes. But he gave humanity the ultimate gift. He forced our eyes open. He pushed us out of our safe, tiny box and threw us into the wild, infinite ocean of stars. Because of him, we stopped looking at the painted ceiling. We started looking at the real universe. He expanded humanity's horizon forever. Expand your vocabulary. Expand your world. Welcome to Horizon English Stories.